Welcome to the F1 2026 Japanese Grand Prix predictions. Joined by, I have bad news, AJ's not yet back, so it's just Sagan going to host this predictions with AJ's predictions as well, so I'll have to cover that. And yeah, Japanese Grand Prix, the last race before the big sudden spring break, whatever thing, we just, unfortunately have to witness because of things going on out in the world. We lost the Bahrain Grand Prix and the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, with potentially losing the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix back at the back of the season. So hopefully not, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind losing Qatar that much, but Abu Dhabi's kind of grown on me a little bit. Anyways, back to Japan, a track that's been known for great driving. I mean, it's nice to drive for F1 drivers and generally for most motorsport fans. They enjoy the track. When it comes to racing, it's not great. It's not been great for a long time, even though it's ever been great, to be honest. But these regulations have proven that they can produce some racing anywhere at this point, and yeah, especially at the start, the racing should be exciting with flying long back straights at the end with the 130R. I think we'll see some rotation around there this weekend, which has not been the case before because we had obviously DRS and 30R and all of that. This track wasn't really good for previous wrecks, and I don't exactly remember what was going on in Suzuka like more than 50 years ago. So yeah, I'll hope that it improves racing because this track wasn't very pleasant for me to drive on in the F1 games, and the racing wasn't that good. So the only thing that ever excited me about Suzuka was the qualifying, and we had some very good qualifyings like last year with the McLarens and Max being very, very close and Max getting that all over them. This time around, I feel like it will be more one-sided with the Mercedes up in the front once again. They seem to have really good qualifying pace, one-lap pace, and yeah, behind them probably the rest of the top teams. So, cover qualifying, cover AJ's predictions first. So, he has put Norris P5, Lewis Hamilton P4, Charles Leclerc P3, Kimi Anthony P2, and George Russell P1. So, pretty generic there. I'll spice it up a little. I will not pick the same predictions, and I will go for Max Verstappen in P5, Oscar Piastri P4, then Charles Leclerc P3. Okay, that's the same, but look, really very difficult to not pick both Ferraris and Mercedes into the four at this point. I'll just try to do something different because I'm in the lead by 2 points. I can afford it. I'll pick George Russell P2 and Kimi Anthony P1 for this one. So if I am back in the back trailing after this Grand Prix, I'll perhaps use more probable predictions in this case. But it's gonna be like more than a month away next Grand Prix after Japan, which is I don't know what Grand Prix that is because it's such a way in the calendar. Actually, check it a little by the way. It's Miami Grand Prix in May, so quite a while from now. It's over a month away. It's gonna be a long wait for the next race after Japan, and teams are probably gonna put a lot of development in the car, so we may see a different pecking order in Miami. But that's well, let's wait and see what happens actually in Japan first. For the race predictions, Ajax has put Piastri P5, Norris P4, Leclerc P3, Hamilton P2, and George Russell P1. So he has not put Anthony there at all. Interesting. I'll go for Max remains in P5. Then I have Lewis Hamilton P4, Charles Leclerc P3, Kimi Anthony P2, and George Russell winning. So yeah, I kind of still list the four from qualifying for the race because I think it's more likely there that the Mercedes gets a 1-2 and Ferrari's behind them thanks to their great start. So even in Ferrari qualifies like 4th and 7th, they will probably finish in top 4 because they will be in the top 3, but most likely both of them at turn 1, thanks to their amazing starts that they have. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Okay, driver of the weekend for Ajax is Gabriel Bortoleto. Interesting pick. Yeah, he's had a pretty disappointing Chinese Grand Prix, so it makes sense. For the weekend, I'll pick, you know what? Think about. I wanted to pick Ollie Behrman, but he's like his standard is now like top 8 or top 7 at this point, so he got 5th last time out as well. I'll pick a different driver. I'll pick you know what? I'll pick Pierre Gasly, because why not? Garage of the weekend. That's the best team of the weekend. Nice, but Alpine, which is interesting. Want to get that, but instead I'll Haas is expected to be the best of the rest team at this point, so I will go for different. I'll go for Racing Bulls. Lawson Lindblad could be a different. This could be a interesting pick, I guess. Blunder of the weekend for the driver specifically, who has had a worst weekend compared to expectations, which is in AJ's case, King Antonelli, finishing the race for whatever reason, probably a crash, because he's the blunder. I don't think he would give him the blunder if he was thinking he would get an engine failure or something. No, I assume this means Antonelli has some kind of a crash or incident in the race, which makes him not get a top 5. Interesting. Okay, my blunder of the weekend as a driver, I'll pick Lando Norris for no specific reason, even though I have him I don't actually have him in the SPS string before. My bad. No specific reason, just the random name that popped up in my head. Driver of the weekend for Ajax is Red Bull Racing. Red Bull Racing RBR. Yeah, makes sense. They have not been great in China, and I don't know how much that pace translates to Japan. Well, we have to wait and see, I guess. My Ferrari of the weekend, which is the team that Ferrari's their weekend the most. That's actually a sentence. No, it is. I guess I'll pick. Look at my predictions. There's a team that is in P4 in the constructors that anything no scoring points at all will probably have them for the weekend. I don't think this will necessarily happen, but the bar is set pretty high, so if they finish P11, P12, it could be considered for the weekend because they have been so good so far. Fastest lap, HX has put George Russell. I'm gonna do the same as in China. I'm gonna pick Kimi Antonelli for this one. Demolition Award, HX has pit Lance Stroll, and yeah, that makes sense. I'll go for Franco Colapinto. Random name with Bob Top. Honestly, could be a lot of drivers here. With these new cars, it's very unpredictable to drive, and we could see any of even the top drivers crash, like we saw in Australia with Max, and these things happen, like Piastri as well in Australia, right? Okay, family bold predictions. AJX has put his little brother's prediction, which is Piastri to not start the race again. I certainly hope this doesn't happen. For several reasons, mainly my actual mental health, because it's not great, not great at all to watch my second favorite driver to not start 2 races in a row. Yeah, self-explanatory. My family bold prediction is from my big sister, which kind of surprised me, but I really like it. Behrman podium. Technically, based on the trajectory so far, he has finished P7 and P5, so next step should be P3. That means he would be winning in Miami, perhaps, if there's actual correlation there, but not that likely. I would say this is a pretty worthy of a 3-point prediction for from my sister there. Actual prediction when it comes to Ajax is sorry, it's not his Mercedes front wing to come off in a crash. This is very specific. I would say that means like they have to damage their front wing during the weekend in a specific crash. It doesn't have to be like a mechanical failure. It has to be a contact. Just a pretty interesting pick. I honestly wouldn't have thought of this. This is yeah, he probably either it was a completely random thought that he just got, or he was actually thinking about this. My extra bold prediction. Okay, I'm thinking, and I am certain that Audi double points. So far, we've only had one Audi driver actually competing the weekend. In Australia, it was Gabby, and then China, it was Nico. So yeah, this time around, both of them actually being in the top 10 and scoring points. Yeah, not that likely, but yeah, I'll go for it. Why not? Extra bold prediction from Ajax's side. I'll ignore the first comment that he's made as a joke to, yeah, piss me off to say the least. His actual prediction has to finish the Grand Prix in 6th and 7th specifically. So if they finish 6th and 8th or 5th and 7th, it doesn't count. So they have to specifically finish 6th and 7th for this to count. So that would mean they would need to outplace potentially, well, it's three cars from the top 4. That's pretty wild. Okay, I mean, Behrman finished P5 in China, sure, but both McLarens didn't start. Max, DNF, and Hajar was down the order. So yeah, this is a pretty bold one, honestly, when I think about it. Deserves down points for sure. My extra bold prediction will be a similar thing to my Audi one. It's gonna be Williams double points, because I think, yeah, this is one of the tracks that should be the least suitable for Williams, considering their overweightness and general Sainz only managed to score points in China thanks to like a bajillion DNFs and DNSs at the start. Like, we had 4 cars not start the race even, and then some cars in front of them actually DNF. So yeah, Sainz was very lucky to even get points, and this is a double points considering Albon has also not been driving that well so far. Yeah, it's looking like this is probably even less likely than HX's prediction, but we'll wait and see if any of these actually come true. So yeah, not feeling the driver rating so far because the Grand Prix hasn't happened yet. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, listening, commenting, anything. We appreciate all the interaction so much. And yeah, next week, hopefully with HX back. It's been a while. I haven't heard him for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, but what it does to me is insane. But yeah, it's probably just me missing him a lot. And yeah, we'll talk next week, hopefully together for you for the Japanese Grand Prix review. So thank you so much again, and peace.